Okay, still walking or climbing up these steps. It's more fun in the Philippines. You could be more fit in the Philippines if you walk these steps. Good morning. Good morning. So here's a little city at the halfway point, 1900 steps. I guess when you live up here, you have to stay fit, right? There's no other way up here but the steps. Can't imagine carrying this furniture up here. Imagine if you made it. Just carry it up in pieces and make it. This is where IKEA really thrives, right? Hi, baby. The thing is, these houses that are way up in this mountain on this stair step thing are not that different than many of the houses that are just on regular boulevards or in provinces in the Philippines. The houses we just visited was given by the government of Dipolog because they wanted to create a beachfront, a boardwalk. So all the families that were in that area, they relocated, gave them, I don't know, like hectare of land, or not, maybe not that much, but good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe 10 or 20 square meters of land, enough for a little 2-bedroom home, and basically you're on your own to build your house in that space the government provided. They gave you the land, you get everything else. Government assistance is very, very, very minimal in the Philippines. And the government uses very little money to develop infrastructure. What I mean by that is power lines, sewage lines, water lines, construction of, state and official county offices. It's really up to that barangay captain, which is the smallest level of government in the province, or I guess the councilman would be, or up to that local governor to be able to have some influence and plead for some support. But it's tough. And the rich dynasty families don't want to give away their money or pay any extra taxes or have a little bit less business and less wealth to help the poor. Some of them do. Don't get me wrong. Some of them do, or some of them are very helpful. Some of them have big charitable organizations. But unfortunately, there's basically no monitoring or regulation that's really transparent. It really makes them accountable for the money and what they do with that money. It's very subjective. So they may be taking first class or business class flights all over the world in the name of their charity and fundraisers, staying at Shangri-La or lavish 5-star hotels in the name of their charity, and nobody's the wiser. Or they are, but nobody really says anything. Take what you can get is really how the Filipinos have been plagiarized or pilfered for their resources, and taken advantage of, if you ask me. And the uprising is basically as many as possible that could get an education, become an overseas worker, get an education, move out of the country, or just marry somebody, move out of the country, or if a relative helps them get out of the country. However they can get out of the country, they know that is their key to having a better life. If they stay in the country, they will not make as much money. They may have a pretty stable life and have a small business, restaurant, sari store. You can start a small business with a fairly small amount of money and make enough money to get by, because rent for the Filipinos is less than $100 a month. And so if they're only making $500 a month, they're covering the rent. And if the ones that are born and raised here know how to live on very little money, so they seem to be happy and okay. I wouldn't say they're okay with the fact that they're poor, because I know all of them, not all of them, but a majority of them wish they had more money so they could help when one of their relatives is sick, one of their relatives needs to go to school, help have some transportation so they didn't have to depend on public transportation, so on and so forth. That's my spiel. Another little community. So less than 1,000 steps, people.